want to do. They're patriots, and they have to be abused by guys like Don Lemon, who's a loser, lightweight. I saw him the way he walked in that church. It was terrible. I have such respect for that pastor. He was so calm. He was so nice. He was just accosted. What they did in that church was horrible yesterday.
Administration and the fake news magas are losing their mind over something that's not even true.
Oh, no, sir. This ain't got nothing to do with MAGA. This got everything to do with you taking your in that church and harassing people like that. Now you want to circle back and act like, oh, well, I am in no affiliation, association. No. You are in 110% corroboration with the Democratic Party that is causing more and more problems. You, by the way, who keep saying that white people are devils, but you married to a white man. So does that make you the devil's broad?
All right, y'all, we are back with another video. I definitely had to bring y'all this. It is not looking good for Tampon Tim Walz, Attorney General Keith Ellison, and Mayor Jacob Frey in Minnesota. As now has been reported, they have been subpoenaed. And now, not only that, it's like President Trump just screwed the Democrats, and I'm glad he did, because now they are panicking. CNN is over there crying. ABC is over there crying. NBC is over there crying. All the fake news is crying now that President Trump is going after all three of them. And not only that, he's going after Don Lemon as well. Supposed to be bringing charges on Don Lemon after he stormed a church and brung rioters inside there and start attacking the priest. I mean, this is insane. And now he want to try to blame it on MAGA and try to say, oh, I'm a journalist, trying to find ways to get out of this, and it's just not going to work. And we got a good bit to get to, so make sure y'all watch this entire video, because I don't want y'all to miss anything. And I'm going to dive straight into it first, what President Trump said about Tim Walz, and then we're going to get...
Says Don Lemon passed out after Trump announced that he's facing 40 years in prison. Well, you did nag FBI on, you did dare tell everybody to come get you. You basically nagging them to come get you, so now you deserve what you get.
Get into Don Lemon being exposed, and he is in big trouble. So please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, shout out to everybody showing so much support, and shout out to the one that always watches the entire video. I appreciate all of you. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and dive off with this right here. It's a Governor Tim Walz, AG Keith Ellison, and Mayor Jacob Frey have been subpoenaed according to Fox News.
And John, before we get to that, I want to get to the breaking news we have just heard. The FBI has apparently just served subpoenas to several officials here in Minneapolis, including members of the office of Governor Tim Walz. We will bring you more information as we get it on those subpoenas. Meantime, the number of protesters out here at the federal building is diminishing every day, it seems, but the war of words between local officials and the Trump administration is only getting stronger. The latest flashpoint, as you mentioned, that protest at a St. Paul church on Sunday, during which several dozen protesters disrupted the service, screaming at members of the congregation and screaming anti-ICE slogans. In the meantime, the president himself is urging DHS to make a lot more of the number of criminals that are being arrested during Operation Metro Surge. The president saying on Truth Social, quote, show the numbers, names, and faces of the violent criminals and show them now. The people will start supporting the patriots of ICE instead of the highly paid troublemakers, anarchists, and agitators. Congresswoman Ilhan Omar said on X, quote, stop terrorizing people with your fake PR about criminals in Minneapolis, because the only people on the streets of Minneapolis you are arresting are law-abiding citizens.
This woman is full of crap. This woman literally just said the only people President Trump is arresting are law-abiding citizens. So these illegal aliens are law-abiding citizens who don't even supposed to be here. They came into this country illegally. You call them law-abiding? Last time I checked, they wasn't following the law, especially if you came in here illegally. So what is you talking about? And you talking about he's getting these idiots and these nasty human beings that touch children, all type of stuff, and you call them law-abiding, because that's who President Trump them is arresting. That's who they're arresting. Illegal aliens and all this other stuff. I'm trying to be careful with my words. But y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, and she called them law-abiding. This woman needs to be deported immediately, and President Trump definitely mentioned that.
And local law enforcement officials held a press conference a short time ago in which they accused.
She called this right here law-abiding. I want everybody looking at this top. Look how they trying to break into the gate and stuff. But this is what they call peaceful protesting and law-abiding, according to Ilhan Omar and Jacob Fry, Tim Walz, Keith Ellison. This is what they call peaceful.
To what they said was a small
Look at this,
group
kicking the gate.
of federal agents of merely stopping people through racial profiling. Listen here.
Just absolutely in-freaking-sane. Now, Scott Jennings said it. He said it the best. He said the chaos in Minnesota could come to an end right now if Governor Tim Walz and Mayor Jacob Fry would simply comply with federal officials and federal law, but they don't want to do that. They want to keep gaslighting, keep amping up these people, and that's what happened when Don Lemon broke into that church, stormed into that church, had a hat on, a coat on, attacking the priest, and brung other rioters, and was out there kissing women, pretty much thanking them for coming with him. Just insane. I'm going to show y'all all of that. Let's check this out first.
Yeah, you know, this could all come to an end right now if Tim Walz and Jacob Fry would simply cooperate. In cities and states across this country, you have local officials, local law enforcement, local political leaders who are simply cooperating with the federal government, with DHS, and with ICE. What does that mean? It means you get to go into the jails and you get to take custody of illegal aliens in an administrative way, in the hallway, as opposed to having to send ICE agents into a community and chase them down because the local politicians in Minnesota have let them out into the street. This can all end today if the Democrats in Minnesota, you're not seeing this chaos anywhere else. The ingredients that are causing the chaos are unique to Minnesota. It's called Walz and Fry. Cooperate.
That's kind of silly. Can like
the government has privately and publicly every day of this begged for cooperation from the state officials in Minnesota. They beg every single day.
If they've done that, Scott, then why aren't they telling the American people that they've done that? Why are they?
Look, she's just ready to just jump in and run her mouth. This is what causing this stuff to happen. See, this woman right here, she wants the chaos to keep going. This is what they want. They don't want it to stop. They want people to keep getting hurt. They want people to get killed so they can just try to blame it on Donald Trump or blame it on ICE, and then they're going to move on to the next person that's probably going to get hurt. This is what they want.
Do it on their,
wait a minute. The image the government wants, all ICE and federal law enforcement are trying to do are remove people like this off of the streets of Governor Walz's city in Minneapolis and of his state in Minnesota. If you look at some of the individuals in this photo, these are all illegal alien criminals who came into our country under the previous administration. This is some of the most disturbing crimes you will ever read about. And there's only a few reporters in this room who will actually talk about these individuals. This is all ICE is trying to do. They are trying to remove people like this from Governor Walz's state. And so, yes, he should pick up the phone and he should say that he will cooperate with this president and with the federal government in making Minnesota safer, because that's all President Trump and his administration want to do.
Yeah, that's the thing. Tim Walz don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. They want, like I said, they want the chaos to keep going. And now President Trump comes out, pretty much storm out to the fake news, immediately start holding up photos of child you-know-what, and Tim Walz and Mayor Fry are defending.
People, vicious, many of them murderers. These are all out of Minnesota, just Minnesota. I say, why don't you talk about that more?
They don't want to talk about that.
Do you want to live with these people? International murder. These are people that are living, they're apprehended and either put in jails in their country from where they came, and the countries respect us, and so they actually put them there. In the old days, they didn't respect our country. Biden wouldn't do this because he let them all in.
You see right there, all these people on the list is what the Democrats want to protect. They don't care about American people. They don't care about a country. They don't care about a first or a Constitution or American way of life. They give two shits about these foreigners, mainly these child predator foreigners or American citizens. And there's a lot of dumbasses out there that voted for them. I can name 15 people offhand that vote for Democrats, and I can name 3 of them at my job site. And I can name 5 off my hand for some friends I know that vote for these sorry piece of shit Democrats. So yeah. Hey, I need to start calling the names out just to make my point, but I'm not doing that. Back to the video.
Yep.
You know, if you didn't have open border policies of Biden, none of this, all of the things that all of the time that we spend talking about Minnesota and everything else, most of them are coming from out of the country. And it's been caused by a previous administration. Look at this, one after one. Boy, these are rough characters. These are all criminal, illegal aliens that, in many cases, they're murderers, they're drug lords, drug dealers, they're the mentally insane. There's some of them who are brutal killers, they're mentally insane. They're killers, but they're insane.
Yep.
These are just in Minnesota, California. It's worse. In other states, it's worse. No, Minnesota, the crime is incredible. The financial crimes are incredible. And the problem is because of the agitators and insurrectionists, whatever you want, trouble.
Exactly. So let's move on this right here. Y'all see how President Trump going off, like showing these images of the people that they finally captured in Minnesota. And this is, like I said, Don Lemon is the same one that led this mob into this Christian church, but yet he claimed to be Christian, but he went in there attacking a priest. They even showed videos. I don't even want to show it, but they showed videos of how Don Lemon went in there and brought that mob in and had the kids in there crying. And he had no care in the world. Had no care in the world. Now, here he go right here, and then another young lady went off on Don Lemon. This is the video. He always trying to blame MAGA, or I'm just a journalist, or I'm just this. Listen to this crap this man's saying.
Members of the organization. MAGA administration and the fake news MAGAs are losing their mind over something that's not even true. So let me just make it clear. Is this a assistant attorney general? I don't know. What's her name? Something Hammett, Gillen, or whatever. So I had no affiliation to that organization. I didn't even know they were going to this church.
You a lie. You did know they was going. They came in there right behind you. So here he go lying already. He had no affiliation. Like, this dude is a freaking liar.
Until we followed them there, we were there chronicling protests. Once the protest started in the church, we did an act of journalism, which was...
So now he's trying to say he did journalism. After they started protesting, he did an act of journalism. But he led the mob into that. Now he's trying to find a way out of it. And it's not going to work.
Report on it and talk to the people who were involved, which included the pastor, members of the church, and members of the organization. That's it. It's called journalism. First Amendment, all that stuff. For all of you people who believe in the First Amendment, absolutist, there you go. So why don't you talk to the actual person who is in charge of the organization and whose idea it was to have the protests at the church before you start blaming me for stuff for which you have no idea about.
Look at him. So now he gonna do this grin right here as if we gonna, now he wanna say find the person who paid for it, but yet he went there and the mob came in right behind him. But he don't know. But yet he's out there interviewing the people who went in there. He ain't say that one time, who sent y'all, or this or that. He's sitting there thanking them. He even kissed a woman on her cheek, thanking her for protesting along with him. So he's sitting up here lying. You can see he got this grin on his face because he don't care. He don't care at all. So look at this. They just in church in Minnesota releases a statement after Don Lemon and an angry mob of left-wing agitators stormed their church, teases legal action. So you can see right here where this guy's pretty much telling them, this is the priest, and he telling them, y'all wrong for this. Why is y'all doing this? And to the point where like he want them to leave.
Where are you? Where are you? Where are your people? Why are you not at Whipple every day fighting for the humanity, standing for our people? Where are you? You drink your coffee, you got your jewelry, you
So look at him. He up here attacking this young lady. Attacking this young lady.
have your nice clothes, but what do you do?
This is who Don Lemon led into the church that came in right behind him, but he acting like he don't know who they is, but yet he outside interviewing them and thanking them though.
What do you do to stand for your Somali and Latino communities? I'm not going to comment. You have no comment. Exactly.
What do you think of this? I mean, this is unacceptable. It's shameful. It's shameful to interrupt a public gathering of Christians in worship. So,
But there were folks who will say,
I have to take care of my flock.
okay, but listen, we live in there's a constitution and a First Amendment to freedom of speech and freedom to assemble and protest.
We're here to worship. We're here to worship Jesus because that's the hope of these cities. That's the hope of the world is Jesus Christ.
I want to be very respectful. Please don't push me though.
What you mean? Please don't. So Don Lemon told the priest, be respectful and please don't push me, but yet you stormed into this man's church. Now he don't want you close to him. He know what you like. He definitely know what you like. He don't want you all on him. You talking about, so please don't push me, but yet you stormed into this man's church and started attacking him and attacking kids and attacking everybody that's in there.
We're here to worship Jesus. That's why we're here. Okay, that's why we're here. That's what we're about.
Do you think Jesus would be understanding and
We're about
love these folks?
We're about spreading the love of Jesus.
But did you try to talk to them as a
No
Christian?
one is willing to talk.
Okay.
I have to take care of my church and my family, so I asked that you actually would also leave this building.
So he said, would you also leave? But yet Don Lemon got on camera talking about they never asked us to leave. Then another guy was saying, the other guy that was in there, harassing them, he got on camera, they never asked us to leave. He did tell y'all to leave. Y'all just wasn't listening to him. You didn't care because you came in there with Don Lemon.
Chronicle what happened.
You're here to worship.
I'm always worship. I'm a Christian.
We're here to.
Oh, you a Christian.
We're here to worship. Okay.
He a Christian, but yeah, he just stormed into a Christian church and started attacking people and came in there with a mob. I told you he's full of crap. Now, this Kentucky girl said, arrest Don Lemon and everyone who violated the sanctity of that church. Now, she put out this, and President Trump, he pretty much reposted this. She said a small group of elderly ladies were protesting at an abortion clinic and were given 40 years in prison for violating the FACE Act. I would like to see the same kind of sentence for Don Lemon and the people that broke into that church and did that during services. I would love to see that too. So now y'all heard what Don Lemon said, pretty much trying to blame MAGA, and this woman right here, salute to her. She didn't hold back at all on Don Lemon. Check this out.
Administration and the fake news magas are losing their mind over something that's not even true.
Oh, no, son. This ain't got nothing to do with MAGA. This got everything to do with you taking your FAGA ass up in that church and harassing people like that. Now you want to circle back and act like, oh, well, I'm in no affiliation, association. No. You are in 110% corroboration with the Democratic Party that is causing more and more and more problems.
Yep.
You, by the way, who keep saying that white people are devils, but you married to a white man.
Exactly. Think about that. He said white people are devils, but yet he is married to a white man. That's 100% true. So that just goes to show you. Listen to her say this again.
Corroboration with the Democratic Party that is causing more and more and more problems. You, by the way, who keep saying that white people are devils, but you married to a white man. So does that make you the devil's broad? I'm trying to understand. What is it exactly that you are doing, and what is it exactly that you want us to think that you're doing? You are opposition to any and everything that is successful in this country. Anything that is trying to get this country together, you are in direct opposition of.
Yep.
But then you want to come back and try to play the victim. No. You're not a victim, Don. You are not a victim. You are 100% guilty of all the shit that you have already done. And then you keep doing it. Then you keep doing it. Then you want us to come in and go, oh, well, it's the news. It's the news. You're a damn journalist yourself.
Yep.
Listen, people. I keep trying to tell you, we're doing a complete separation. If you are not a melanated American, if you are not one of our non-melanated cousins, all y'all can get out. Even the people that were born here. If you do not like this country, and Don, you got plenty of money. Take your ass somewhere else. You and your husband. Why don't you go somewhere? Where is all the rest of these people? Where did what's the name? The white lady that had the TV show. Yeah, go with Portia.
Yeah.
Go on
Rosie
Ellen
O'Donnell.
DeGeneres. Why don't you go be neighbors with Ellen and them? Just get that fuck out.
She's right. Just get out. Just leave. So he, like I said before, he think we stupid. He think we stupid. So it get even crazier right here by Vince Langman. He said this video make it crystal clear that the leader of the terrorists who attacked their church yesterday reached out to Don Lemon beforehand. And we'll get to that guy in just a second who was going around with Don Lemon attacking these people, attacking children. He said knowing this was a crime, he should have said no. Instead, he got on a plane so he could videotape it and post it for money. Case closed. Now, here go this young lady right here. Here go Don Lemon right here. So he pretty much thanking these people right here, you know, thanking them for showing up.
Don Lemon, you're a fucking idiot. You saying you didn't know about this place? Why are you thanking this woman right here? You must have had some kind of connection with her to be thanking her. Back to the video.
Storming in the church, he even kissed this woman on the jaw. Look at this.
How are you?
Good.
See you where?
Look at this.
They're getting the operation together. Again, this is an operation
better
that
hope
is
your
a
husband
secret
don't get mad,
that
Don.
they invited folks out. Can't tell you what is going to happen, but you're going to watch it live unfold here on the Don Lemon Show. There are for this reason it may look like MAGA coded, but there's a reason they have so many white people here. I'm just going to be honest. It's because
That man said, now he's studied talking about white people. Studied talking about white people, but he married to a white man. Why did Don Lemon hate white people so much, but he married to a white man, if that's the case?
the operation that they're doing today. It's important to have allies, as they said, white allies here. So that is what I could say. I turned our camera off of them because they're giving some critical information here. But there we go. Everybody's ready to go. Let's go. Okay.
So look at this. He talking about he didn't know any of these people, but yet he's out here with all of these people that went in that church with him. But listen to Don Lemon. He said, I don't know who it is. They didn't come with me. But he's all out here with them.
Thank you guys thanks for allowing me to be here.
Oh, look at this. Thank y'all for being here. Thank y'all for allowing me to be here. But he came by himself, though, if you listen to him.
Thank you guys.
Okay.
How are you?
Good.
See, we're on. We're not saying what it is, what's going on, but
Kissed her again.
thank you. Tell us why you're doing this.
So
This is Nakima Levy Armstrong. She's on the show
Nakima
on
Levy
Friday.
Armstrong, civil rights attorney, longtime activist here in the community. And, we protest and do activism in all kinds of ways. This is Operation Pull Up, more of a clandestine operation. We show up somewhere that is a key location. They don't expect us to come there. And then we disrupt business as usual. So that's what we're about to go do right now. We've had a lot of success with the times we have done Operation Pull Up.
Yeah.
After George Floyd was killed, we went to the Police Federation head's home and staged a demonstration there. We also went to the head of the U.S. Marshals from Minnesota after Winston Smith was killed by the U.S. Marshals.
But like I said, listen to Don Lemon. He didn't know any of these people. So even check out what this guy right here saying. So he was like, you know what? Don Lemon wouldn't have did that to us. He said, man say he will pay to see Don Lemon try his church stunt at a black church. So this guy said, I dare him to come try that at our church.
Yeah, Don Lemon knew better than to go to a black church. He would have never tried that. It would have been a totally different scenario that would have happened. Totally different outcome. Because we don't play about stuff like that. You're not going to come in and you think he would have got an interview? Are you kidding me? He wouldn't have got past the aunties at the front. They would have shut that down. He's not even getting in through the front door. Yeah, we don't play that. In the name of Jesus, he wouldn't have got in. We're talking about dudes reformed from the streets, giving the testimony. Aunties never gave up on them. You're gonna assert yourself into that situation, bro. I'm scared to have my phone on ring when I'm at church. It's just a different atmosphere, you know. I don't even want to say what would have happened that day, but a lot of righteous indignation would have went down. We would have righteously indignated that whole situation, shut it all down. Mm-hmm. You think he's gonna lean into a black pastor? He's gonna lean in like that, tell him, "Hey, don't touch me," and lean in on him with his auntie watching in the front row? You think he's gonna do that, bro? I would pay pay-per-view. I would pay to see that. Don Lemon knew better. He would have never done that, bro. He knows.
Exactly. You heard what this guy right here said, and at the same time, like I said, that pastor, the priest, he wasn't expecting nothing like that. They just stormed in there like that, started screaming at everybody in there, having kids crying. Now, if you look, this is the psycho right here. This is the guy that I told y'all, that I showed y'all the video. He was the main one that got in the preacher face, went to screaming at him. He got in the young girl face, screaming at her. He the one made the kid cry, him and Don Lemon. And look at this, said breaking leftist psycho Will Kelly say bring on the criminal charges because they coming after him as well. Him, Don Lemon, Tim Walls, all of them who's stirring the pot on this stuff. After he terrorized children and Christians at a church. Look at this.
I mean, what we're seeing around this country is they're using their political influence to attack people that disagree with them. They're going to come at me with charges, and I'm not scared of that. There's no base for these charges. I did not block them from, their service. They welcomed us in. They never asked us to leave.
That's a lie. Listen to what he said. He said they welcomed us in. That is a lie. They didn't.
You fucking idiot. They did not ask you to stay. You barged in there without permission. And done the shit you said. They never asked you. They did ask you to leave multiple times, you dumb fucker. Multiple times.
Welcome none. Y'all just stormed in the church. Nobody knew about it. And now he's lying, saying that they welcomed them in. And then y'all get in there, y'all start screaming and stuff and say, nobody told us to leave. That's another lie. I just showed y'all the video of the priest was telling Don Lemon that they need to leave. And he said that way beforehand. They just wasn't listening to him because they were so busy screaming and making kids cry and stuff.
The police never came in and removed us.
Because the police ain't going to come. You know why the police didn't come? Because
Why the police didn't come? Because Tim Walz, Mayor Fay, and Congress bitch Omar told them to stand down, let y'all do what the fuck y'all want. Now there was ICE came in and done this shit, it'd be a different story. Back to the video.
Walz and Jacob Fry told the police not to do anything. That's the reason why. See, that's how smart I am. I know about all of this. How many videos have we seen that Jacob Fry told his police to stand down? Don't go nowhere. Don't go there. That's why the police didn't come.
So we didn't stop their service. In fact, people were still praying the entire time. The music was still playing the entire time. So, Pam Bondi, you want to come and arrest me? You want to come and give me charges? So be it. And for all the people giving me death threats, threatening my life, kill me. Go ahead.
Oh my God, now he's trying to say death threat. Man, get out of here with this. Now he want to say people threatening my life. He said people, how were people still praying when you got some lunatics that storming in the church screaming, they don't know what y'all about to do, but you said they were still praying. That's another lie.
Hey, kill me. Because you know what? As Fred Hampton said, you can kill the revolutionary, but you can't kill the revolution.
Look at these people. And she was the one that was there. She was there, and that guy right there, what his name, Will Kelly. And let's bring it back to this. Don Lemon said that he knew none of these people. So, like I said, thank you all for watching, man, especially the ones that made it to the end.